Warm welcome for being here. Marlo, ladies and gentlemen. Ed, before you begin to talk, as you recall, in 1976, you received a literary, right, Peter? Literary fellowship from the Academy of Magical Arts, which is our organization. And this is the highest award we can give anybody for creativity in the literary field. So you've gotten your award. You are a life member, so we can't do that for you today. But there's one thing you don't have, I've noticed, and that's the emblem of membership. So at this time, before you say a few words, I'd like to give you that emblem of membership. Unfortunately, they're very expensive, so I had to give him mine.
This time I'd like to thank Mr. Vernon for even bothering to come out to Santa Barbara to see. The same for Charlie Miller, you know. Although I can't seem to get a hold of Charlie Miller to show him one cartridge, which I specially brought out to show him personally.
Charlie, come over here, sit down. Charlie, move in, Di. I'm going to let Charlie go first because he's funnier than Vernon, and Vernon is longer than
Well, I want to say that it's an honor to have you here, Ed, and you've done a superb job, always, and there's not much I can say because, as Bill just said, Vernon will say it all. So I'll say God bless you, you're wonderful. Thank you. I heard about this convention this year. They told me they had 250 reservations. And the moment Ed Marlo's name was put on the list, it jumped within a couple of days to 750 reservations. So that's the power of this young man on my right here. I always had a feeling that Ed thought that I was jealous of him or something, and I certainly wasn't. I'm a great admirer. I am very fortunate that I have a lot of good, warm friends all over the world. And I'm only too ready to appreciate anybody clever, and I certainly have always appreciated Ed Marlo because I'm quite convinced, and in fact I'm positive that in the world history nobody has ever contributed and written as much about cards as Ed Marlo here on my right.
He had a song, it was like a parody, it was called Crosby, Colombo, and Valley. So now I figured one of those bright fellows out there could write a song called Vernon, Miller, and Marlo.
Many, many years ago, I was in Chicago, and I had the opportunity of meeting Ed for the first time. I think Laurie Ireland arranged it, if I'm not proper, and I met this young man who was superb. He came up to my room, and he was absolutely superb, and he did all the entertaining, and it was delightful. I had never seen anything like that. Not only did he entertain me, he completely puzzled me, but he was far beyond the expectations that I had hoped, and we became very, very excellent friends through that. And he knows everything that there is. He knows more than I ever knew in my life. He's just very modest about it. Is that right, sir?
That's not true. Actually, we didn't do any card tricks at all. What we did was sang, and we talked about it.
I might add at this time that he is one of the foremost, I won't say authority, because he never talks about it, but he is one of the most knowledgeable men on Western Americana that there is in the country. is also a fine dancer, a fine singer, and I have talked for hours and hours on him about baseball. Now, if you want to talk about rules and why is a left catcher never left-handed, he can answer these questions. And he used to play ball himself, was an excellent pitcher, and he knows music. He's well educated in a private school, a good church member, and speaks Polish. We have spent hour after hour. This is literally true, and we didn't do very much magic. We sang and discussed Western Americana. Now, he also knows all the things about if there are any gunmen, marksmen in the audience. See him later. He can not only throw a card in the air and make a tray out of an ace, but he can tell you how to do it, and that's true. He really is an expert on, what do you call it,
gunslingers.
Gunslingers, yes. And I think he's wonderful. That's the best I can say. Thank you.
I'm an old man. I'm very neglectful. I didn't mention the most important thing of all. You know, in the old days, they used to say, behind every successful man is a little woman. And I must say that Ed Marlo is very lucky to have a very delightful little girl as a wife, because everybody was endeared at a convention and remarked about, if you say, isn't Ed clever? Yeah, but isn't his wife nice? Isn't